Tonight we have beef stroganoff. Starting off with my protein, I have some sirloin steaks, and then for my produce, I have mushrooms, garlic, onion, green peas, and some parsley. Here I'm just mincing the garlic, and then I'm going to dice up my onion, set that aside into a bowl, and then I'm just going to finely chop up some parsley and set that aside as well. And I'm just going to thinly slice my sirloin, making sure I cut against the grain. Then I'm just going to put that in a bowl and sprinkle it with a little bit of baking soda to help tenderize it. Then I'm going to season it with everything you see on the screen. And then I'm going to give that another good mix and let that sit for at least 30 minutes before cooking. And I'm going to get my water for my noodles, and I have some extra wide egg noodles. Then for the sauce, I have heavy cream, sour cream, some Worcestershire sauce, some mustard, and then I have a pack of these onion and mushroom soup mix. And into my skillet, I'm just going to add some oil, and then I'm going to slowly add the steak in there in a nice layer. And I'm just going to let that get really nice and brown. Then I'm going to remove that and repeat it a few times. Now I'm going to add in some more oil and add in my onions and garlic first. Cook that down for a few minutes, and then I'm going to add in the mushrooms. And I'm going to do this as well and just let this cook down until a lot of the moisture comes out. Then I add some flour, and I'm just going to mix that around and cook that for at least 2 or 3 minutes just to kind of cook out that flour. Then I added in the heavy cream, and I added in a few scoops of the sour cream, added the mustard, and a few dashes of the Worcestershire sauce. Now I'm just going to stir that around, and then I'm going to season it with everything you see on the screen. And then I'm just going to mix that up, add in some of that fresh parsley, stir that again, and then I'm going to start adding the steak back in. Then I'm just going to turn it down to low, making sure that the sauce doesn't separate or scorch or anything like that. Then by this time, my water was boiling, so I went ahead and salted my water and added in my noodles. And I'm just going to stir those around for a few minutes and watch them. Then back to the sauce, I added in the frozen peas, and I just turned it off and let those warm through. Then I went ahead and drained my pasta, and then I added the sauce into that pot, stirred it around really well, and then served it with a little parsley on top. And there you have it. Hope you guys enjoy. If you try it, let me know.